Welcome to the Elusive Truth with Rich and Larry. And again, today we have Larry. All right. That's 2 shows in a row, folks. The numbers seem to go up with Larry, so we'd definitely like to have him aboard. So with that, let's get right into this. Again, this is just Rich and Larry, 2 old men babbling about nothing. Sit back, relax, enjoy as we slide right down the rabbit hole today with Larry. Welcome, Gary. Nice to see you again, buddy. This is awesome.
Oh, you got that right, Rich. I was listening to our last show, and you can edit things perfect because I jump around so dang much. I feel really bad for you.
That's all right, though. But it's, you got good information, and we want to know the elusive truth because it's crazy out there
I just
these
scratched
days.
the surface. That's like talking to Roseanne Barr.
Yes, exactly. But she's actually turning out to be somewhat of a good person.
She's way good.
Oh my God, there's a whole story behind her too. I got some info on, but she's done real well. Yeah, she's trying to let everybody know the truth. So
she was talking about a 2-sided coin. If you're arrogant on one side, the other side is probably ignorance. it's their downfall,
Yeah, exactly. So you got some information from Godlewski, huh?
Oh yes, I did. He's been actually busy doing stuff for the right people.
Nice.
And so that's why he hasn't been able to talk about much info. But I did get a little intel from him, and I know you got so much stuff that you're following right now that you only have so much time in the day.
Yeah, I know. It just seems like it just races faster and faster in no time. So.
And it drives you crazy with TMI, too much information.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. So what do you have? You said so he was talking about CERN.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that one in a minute here. But he said that we're headed towards the worst banking crisis to ever exist.
Now, see, I believe that because there's a lot of people out there talking about that, starting with Europe and then eventually getting to here.
That's where it's going to go down first.
So that's
you got
awesome.
that right. And did we talk about the Obama murder?
No, we didn't talk about that.
But
the cook,
you've
right?
known about that, about the cook of
Yes.
20-something years.
So the Obama chef, his personal chef, was found dead. Drowned, right? Now I heard it was a pool, but then I heard it was a pond.
They call it the pool because it's not part of the, it's like a little cove that's connected to, like, I think, a bigger waterway.
Okay.
And so, for them, that's just a pond.
And then he was on some type of surfboard or some type of paddle board.
I think a paddle board, yeah.
That was strapped to his ankle or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And he was a...
Hey, where's your Trump flag, man?
It's coming.
First time I met him, he's walking down the road, and I'm like, hey, man, what's up, man?
Yeah, I know.
It's coming real soon.
Huh?
All these cases that Trump is facing right now.
You think he's going to win?
Win? He's been our president since 2017 when he got inaugurated. That Biden that they put in there, we've had 2 presidents since 2020. Trump, who runs the military, and Biden, who runs his mouth. No, seriously.
True.
I don't want you to. I want you to know what's happening when it happens. Well, you better get rolling,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good to see you too, man. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, looky here.
Yeah, see? Let's get back with
You're talking about
Obama. So we know about this guy Obama, that he was his personal chef, and this was a couple weeks ago, but he was found dead, drowned, as you say, in some type of cove, pond, pool.
And
that was
already
only
determined it wasn't an accident.
Right.
When you have whatever they call it when you get smashed.
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma that they had.
Right, which just doesn't make sense. And this guy was an active swimmer, and like I said, he was attached to some type of paddle board or something like that supports over 300 pounds.
Yeah. There's no way he could just be floating down. You would hold him up.
So again, it's one of these mysteries that they know what happened, but it's easier to make up a story, persuade people to think something else happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about him. Was he trying to say something against the Obamas, or was he getting ready to leave? I mean, there's so much that we don't know, and it's just kind of nuts. But again, another death.
It's hard to say, but
in this patriarchy, right?
The chef is always there for
they know the most.
Of the day. They hear everything.
Yeah,
and maybe he heard stuff he wasn't supposed to hear.
More than likely, that's exactly what.
That's my guess. Being in the kitchen, I'm just flipping your burgers, Obama. Yes.
It kind of reminds me of a meme that we have that new telescope out there that's showing 300 million years into the past, looking at the stars, and it's crisp and clean.
Yeah.
But at the White House, they can't get a picture of a guy planting cocaine in a cubby hole or a cove or the Situation Room. They keep changing their stories. The Bidens were there the Friday, and then they weren't there. They were gone. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Hunter had to have his little stash there.
Well, and you heard President Trump. He said they know exactly who it is. They got cameras everywhere. They know exactly what's going on. Again, just like he being persecuted by the Department of Justice for their own agenda, there's no justice, and it's going with their narrative. And people, I believe, are waking up and starting to see this because it's just too many anomalies after another and another and another.
It isn't coincidence anymore.
It's just waiting for that to the ball to break, right? To say, hey, this is you guys been lied to. I mean, we've been lied to since day one.
That's what's actually coming. It's got to come this year. That's another thing that he said. He said, we're not going into 2024 unless we get this done now this year. So we only got 4 months left.
Oh, it's coming up quick.
Yeah. So we'll be done before Christmas.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And, you mentioned EBS, Emergency Broadcast Systems, will be giving the truth to all the people.
That'll be interesting. I can't wait. I want to hear that. I want to see that be enacted because that means something is happening.
I got a feeling it's going to start with how do you enact it other than this is Mr. General, the highest military guys. We're all in a room right now. And I think they're going to then it's coming from the right source. I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to be, who's going to be speaking first?
Yeah, somebody.
It's going to be the military saying, we knew that the 2020 election was stolen and we've been in control of it since. Don't have any, I think they're going to put us on ease. Don't fear Americans. This is all of us generals talking. We're in a room right now.
Right. Now, you just told me that the Supreme Court just decertified.
Not just. They've done it behind closed doors.
Well, yeah, because no one knows about that.
Right. They have not released it. No, it is done. It is done. The Supreme Court has overturned the 2020 presidential election with a preponderance of evidence like you wouldn't believe.
So how's this going to affect the Trump's case? Is this he's letting all this stuff happen so all the dirt falls out of the rug, so to speak? Disclosure of everything that's been going on. I mean, I remember watching Tucker Carlson talking about the D.C. Capitol police officer, or the chief of police, saying, hey, there was feds everywhere. This thing's a big propaganda.
Oh, January 6th,
yeah. And they keep still bringing that up.
Exactly. Trump knows everything, and we got it all caught in live time. And I don't say Trump, I mean the military. And the only reason that we've never done this any sooner was to prevent a civil war. If we'd have just shown all the evidence after the 2020 election and these supposedly 80 million people voted for Biden, there'd have been hell to
yeah, but we know that number is fake. 80 million people did not vote for Biden at all. And the problem with our country now, it is being forced down our throats by a few members of society, not as a whole. I mean, it's probably, let's say it's 1 million, 2 million people acting this way against,
it ain't even that many.
For the entire country, because the rest of us are getting tired of this BS. We're trying to figure out everything, and we're tired. We want to get on with our lives. We want to be left alone and enjoy our livelihood with our kids, our family, and friends. And it's all being polluted by, just stupid things that keep throwing up, like Biden saying that he's getting rid of the incandescent light bulbs and he's getting rid of gassed ranges.
And those are all distractions.
That's
all they're doing.
Exactly.
thing down at the Titanic was all about.
Well, yeah, that is
Another
absolutely.
distraction.
5 people. We're worried about 5 people,
Billionaires,
and
5 billionaires.
millions of people are hurting. I don't know. It's getting crazy.
You're right on all the this. It's meant to drive us crazy.
And then by the way, aliens are real, but no one
Oh,
seems to care. Like, yeah, that's the least of our worries right now. We got to see what's going on. And I was just talking about the Ukrainian war, and it says it's amazing how the rest of the world has not done anything to try to stop that, to stop the killing, to stop the madness. But they're perpetuating. They want more. They're making more out of it. Send more money. Get them in NATO.
That's all they want. That's more evidence that it's not a real war.
That's not a normal people.
It's not a real war. Crimea has been so corrupt forever. That's where the Nazis relocated back in the 40s.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's a fact. And all of the Fauci bioweapon labs that he weaponized.
Yeah, so you don't hear about Fauci? Did they throw him away?
Oh, no, what happened to him? All of a sudden, masks off and he's gone?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But hopefully he's held accountable for his actions.
He's probably been executed.
Because there's a lot of stuff on the internet and the web stuff talking about how inaccurate and how bad the government really just pushed this lie, this plandemic to set up for something bigger.
Well, one of the biggest things that it was set up for was the 2020 election with mail-in ballots. Never, ever done before, which brings me to mention that Phil did say that Q phones may be used in the next elections coming up. And there will be no more Dominion.
Well, see,
and there will be maybe no more mail-in ballots unless you're...
Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's at least a handful of states or maybe it's a handful of counties saying, no more electronic stuff.
Yeah.
Paper. Something that they can follow a trail, they can document. But again, and we've done that.
It might not be the Q phones for this next election.
Elections were held, and then the next day, the winner was announced. But going back to, what was it? It was the Bush era that it took.
Oh, yeah, they had to get
that
George
started
Bush.
this,
Yep.
That it took 30 days, 60 days.
Chads.
You're right, the hanging chads.
In Florida, your state.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So we have a long ways to go for that, especially with everything happening now. Getting back on track again, we were talking about the emergency broadcast system and CERN, because you had some information pertaining to that.
Exactly. You can go into some of the details of what CERN is, but, with the super collider and that, but EBS was about to happen, and CERN played their card and put a stop to it. That was their last card they had. The good news coming out of this is there still will be an EBS, and the good news is I was going to say something else about CERN here.
Well, you said something about the whites. The white hats are
they have no more moves left.
Right. The last move has been played by the the evil cabal, and now the court is back in our court, right? And that's what's gonna hopefully clean this up
all the way now. They got no more moves. We had to have them play all their strongest moves they thought they had, and CERN was their last move. Now we put them in checkmate. That is the really greatest outcome of this. They have no more moves. They can't pull anything on us.
So now is it our turn to pull the moves and set the example straight? And
the EBS could be the kickoff of that. Telling the people what has been false and what has been true.
Now, just to clarify, but that's the emergency broadcast system, right? It's something that's going to override.
It's called the EAS, Emergency Alert System. So it could be emergency broadcast or EAS. And every single electronic item that has a speaker in it is already hardwired to the EBS. There's no one that doesn't have a speaker on their self, in their car, in their home, on their property, anywhere. It's all going to go on automatically. All these things are going to go on with the EBS when it goes on.
That's going to be interesting.
So you cannot deny the 2 TVs in your house.
Right, because it's going to take over. I just can't.
That's how powerful this is.
Oh.
Yes. The EBS is what's going to tell so much of what's going on. And
So Mr. Godslewski is
I think he's got a part in it.
Every Wednesday night?
Yes.
Or the Tuesday night?
In fact, I think we should do him or all the people service, anyone listening to this, to go to Phil, Phil, Godlewski, Godlewski, Rumble 2.0. I think we got to, that's my part right now, is bringing people to Phil Godlewski, because you want to know what's going on. That is going to be the place to be.
Amazing.
So there you go. Well, we're going to have Phil doing his part.
Awesome. That's amazing. I mean, there's just so much information coming out, and it's about time, because there's been so much negativity coming out lately too, against Trump, that they're trying to get him off the ballot, and then this crazy judge that is a Trump hater. It seems like the cards are stacked against us so much, but in reality, they're really not. We are on this, on the tip of the iceberg, and the stuff is really going to change in our favor, back to the God-fearing, the right, that no more evil, which they'll never, you know what I mean? It's just, but we're going to start taking over. We're going to start, we're tired of this. We're tired of our cities being put into shambles. I mean, Portland, California, I mean, it's crazy. Chicago, New York City, just the crazy stuff that's coming out of there on a daily basis. It just is, it's totally un-American, and we got to get back to our values, and we got to start standing up for each other again, and not just taking.
We do. It's been lost. They've just tried to destroy the family.
They are. They're destroying the family, and the Satanism stuff coming in, which I thought back then when I was growing up that was just some tall tale, but wow, the stuff that's coming out now. Especially with this, what is that guy? Rick the Clown guy, whatever he is. Have you seen him? And he's a guy that I guess Jesus, or he found Jesus 6 months ago. But he's exposing all the crazy parties out in Hollywood and the stuff that they've been doing for decades now.
Mel Gibson is doing that too.
Right, Mel Gibson. And then with the Sound of Freedom, that movie is kind of putting a highlight on what's really going on in this world. And yet, the Barbie movie is the #1 movie out right now.
Oh, gosh. That is such a joke. As a matter of fact, I'm taking us back another step here. I watched a documentary that you might want to find and watch. It's called Everything is a Rich Man's Trick. Everything. And he says, I'll go back and start with 1963 with Kennedy. I'll bring it up to 9/11 for you folks. And he did. And he told the history of who's been who and what.
Wow.
It's a 3-hour documentary, but if you got time, you jump in and follow. Everything is a rich man's trick. Dang, they've been tricking us.
Well, yes. Everything that I learned in high school seems to be totally inaccurate. We're talking about pyramids, talking about the age of man, and then the stuff that we're finding 100, 200,000 years ago.
All our history's been.
Yeah, it's just absolutely mind-boggling. And the problem is that because we're so busy doing our day-to-day activities just to stay alive, get a paycheck, and then spending all this crazy money at the grocery store and the gas pump, and we're just being run down.
We've just been wage slaves, and they just want us to be that way and take out a lot of debt and be debt slaves.
Right.
And they're controlling all the money.
And that goes into that with like the BlackRock, right? And, all the people, the Vanguard, and, these people that run everything. And it goes back to, the cabal's not real, but the cabal is real. It's just a handful of people running the world, or at least attempting to run the world.
And they keep us down at every aspect. Look at the medical. They've just fed us junk food. They've fed us
our food is horrible.
Water. They've fed us just everything in the skies. They've just poisoned us so that we can just struggle to survive.
And not to even bring up the vaccination, which apparently is poisoning people instead of helping them. And with the craziness.
That's a fact right now.
Yeah, myocarditis, right?
Oh, what did Dr. Malone know? What did Dr. Judy Mikovich know? What did Stu Peters know? What did all these doctors know?
Yeah, no, and it goes back to you, like they say, follow the money. With the pharmaceuticals, that's why they did this. That's why they stay in business, and that's the same with energy,
We
right?
don't even need pharmaceuticals. I'm glad you brought that up because let me tell you about the med beds, medical beds.
Uh-huh.
Technology has been kept away from us, not just to prop up hospitals with billions and billions, insurance companies that can charge you. Hospitals can charge $30,000 for a night or something, one stay in the hospital. It's a big racket. Circle hospitals have had cures like you would not believe, but they don't make any money off curing you. The med beds are coming out in 24.
Yeah, well, see, because if they cure you, then they lose that income.
Yeah, who's going to be in the hospital?
Well, they got a lot of millions and billions of people to cure, but then after that, it's right. They got to go to square one again. I don't know. It's nuts.
That's just a little bit of the intel so far that I've been getting. Biden's, is he still on vacation this week?
Is that what he set a precedent?
Yeah.
He set a new record for presidents for taking the most amount of vacation.
Oh.
I saw that was just a
He's
clip
on
that
a
I saw.
10-dayer, so that's why I was thinking maybe on day 9 or 10 here. I forget what day his vacation started. I think the 2nd. So he's on day 6 so far.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then people just, oh, no biggie.
Yeah.
The guy's supposed to be running the country, and he's running it into the ground.
Well,
but I wish I could give him credit for doing that, but it's not him because he's too far gone. It's his cabinet. It's the people that are pushing or pulling all the strings.
That's what it is. Because if anybody's in the know, you have good eyes and ears, right? How can some of these people that love Joe Biden still, or whoever they are, aren't seeing the same thing you're seeing and hearing?
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing something of a lunatic, of a guy that don't even look like the guy that was a senator. You're seeing a guy of babbling idiot that we would have taken out of the presidency in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And all these people are still thinking that this guy is actually the president. There's no doubt in my mind. Biden, 100% doubt. I'll give you any bet. No, I mean, thousands of dollars, whatever you want to bet me. Biden was executed in 2019 or 2020. The Biden that was the senator. This guy that campaigned in his house for a 2020 election in his basement and won.
Didn't even campaign. Didn't go out and do nothing.
I know. You can't look back in hindsight and say, they don't even look the same. He was taken out for treason, for all the good reasons.
Right.
That are being exposed now. That guy is not Joe Biden. I know for a fact he was executed.
See, and that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
This
I just want the truth to come out.
This is the clown show that's been going on.
Yeah,
all to prevent the Civil War and to show the people.
Yeah, but see, I don't think it would have been a Civil War. They could have called it a Civil War, but I believe in my heart there's too many patriotic Americans that override all this craziness that we're seeing.
We wouldn't have won over 85% of the population. We had to win over. We're at that 85% population has wakened up.
Yeah, because I know there's some dumb people out there, but
no,
80% are that dumb, and it's only 20%.
No, we're 80% have been wakened. But now they need to roll out the EBS to confirm everyone that's awakened.
Okay, well, and I can't wait. I want more information on that.
We're above the 80% level. They weren't going to do the EBS until people awakened.
Right.
And I'm not saying woken, awakened.
Amazing. I mean, like they say, it's amazing times that we live in because the enlightenment, the disclosures of everything happening and what really took place is about to be upon us.
Oh, maybe one last thing I want to tell you. Did you see that Mitch McConnell freeze up?
Well, yeah, and I don't know if it was a stroke but yeah, you tell them what you think because that's amazing.
I think, and I'm probably close to 100% right. Mitch McConnell did not have a stroke. He froze up and he was speechless, and he probably wished he had a stroke and would have died when a person walked in the room while he was doing his little press conference. And it was JFK Jr.
Say,
Jr. Jr. walked in the room And Mitch knew he was cooked because Junior's been studying all of the cabal and has all the goods on who killed his dad and everybody that's been in the corrupt.
Dang.
JFK had to stage his death. And anyhow, my take is they were showing us that so they could pan them cameras over and show the people who walked in the room when Mitch McConnell spotted
Wow.
someone.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I hope I can leave you with that one there.
Because that's, if that's true, that just totally just throws everything off kilter. I mean,
He's been behind the scenes working with the good guys.
wow. Amazing.
Yes, and he's probably been at Trump rallies, and he has better masks than that fake president that Joe Biden's wearing. He's probably been in all kinds of public places. He didn't just hide in a witness protection program. He was out there meeting with world leaders all around the world. All the world leaders know that Joe Biden is not our president. They know what's taking place because the world leaders that know are Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un and Modi of India and Brazil's president and Saudi Arabia's prince. These are all the presidents that are in the United Alliance.
Wow.
That's what we've been going through.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I hope that you can start to dig in on some of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely gonna dig in.
I just feel so happy to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, no, exactly, because it's been a while.
I may sound like a lunatic to some people.
Well, that's the thing I've mentioned before in some of our podcasts. If you just listen to you go, that Larry, he's crazy. But problem is that as days go by, months go by, years go by, he's telling the truth. There's things that are coming out that you would think that are just a conspiracy theory. And it turned out that it's not.
And I'm not trying to just pump off my chest at him, and I'm telling you the truth and know stuff. But the old saying is the difference between a conspiracy theorist and the truth. Give it 6 or 8 months.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's actually
They're calling
reality.
me conspiracy theorist
right.
now, and in 6 or 8 months, it's going to be the truth.
Yep. Nuts. All right. Now change gears real quick. I want you to explain to everybody this pesky Palladian nomenclature that was bestowed upon you by wise people down there in Southern Oregon. You went on a little trip and you met some really interesting folksy type people that are in tune with the earth, right? And in ancient ways. And you had a reading, right? And basically you were a distant time traveler, a pesky Palladian, a bridge.
Yes, my past lives. I've been in those lives. And I was sent here for this time in this place for being as a cosmic warrior to know what's going on. She called me a pesky Palladian because I'm kind of pesky and I can get in people's faces a little bit being stupid, but it's all for the good of what my mission here is.
Right, but she also said something about you're the bridge that brings people together, enlightens them.
Exactly. That's what she called me, the bridge. And everybody knows what a bridge is. It unites two sides.
Right.
Or it brings...
Converse.
Yes, there's a whole lot of definitions in what a bridge could be. And as a matter of fact, I know what they're doing down there with their trauma saving and taking everything and throwing it behind them, and we're pushing forward for the truth. And she is so intuitive and has so many connections up there with the galaxy. And
nice.
She's had way more past lives. As a matter of fact, I think her husband was back in Merlin the Wizard eras. Back way, way, way back. And she said that I haven't had as many past lives. And so here I am. I brought a guy down there that they employed on the site, on meeting him, that he would be the best steward of the land to work for them. And it was part of my bridging. He had no idea he was going down there to take a, high-paying job, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month to work down there for him.
Interesting. We're going to have to touch on that more, especially when we start talking about James and Assetti. I'm going to bring this back up because I'm very interested in
the background and what they see as the outcome of our reality.
I'm not to interrupt you with that, but you just gave me a thought. Did you see the latest Beyond Skinwalker Ranch? There's a TV show called Skinwalker Ranch, and they're not getting anywhere, so they got a new one. They went to see a guy in North Carolina that could communicate and bring the orbs into view on demand. And they did it all on camera in different parts of the sky. They put EEG brainwave monitors on them, and it monitors every part of the different lobes. And it was coming in different lobes that aren't being used by normal people.
See, that's the interesting.
You got to see that new one.
Yeah, because I've been watching still Carl the Crusher, because he's been hanging out with Skinwalker Ranch and Mount Wilson and stuff like that, because he's very in tune with the earth, and he's the one that likes to show you the hieroglyphics and showing you all the craziness that these people that apparently we got the whole thing backwards, that these Native Americans, they've been here way longer than we said they've been. They've had cultures. They apparently did commerce with the Aztecs and the Mayans and all this other stuff. And there's a huge history that we have no idea about, because the modern day history teaches us something different.
And who's written all the modern day history? It's written by the winners and the cabal.
Right.
That's all they want us to know. They dumbed us down.
Well, that's like what now got BC and AD, and now they want to be BCE.
Yeah.
And I was watching a Joe Rogan, and he was like, "That's absolutely incredible, because the priests, the Gregorians, made our calendar, which is the most beautiful calendar of all time. It explains, the 365 days a year. Everything flows into that, and they want to get rid of that religious aspect because of the satanic.
Because of God.
Yes, it like I said, it just blows your mind, and it's unbelievable, all the craziness that's been going on in this world, and how much stuff we've been shoved down our throats, and we believe it, and now it's so hard for us to really understand the real truth, because
we've had to live through the biggest show.
Yeah, it's been a show, that's for sure.
Yeah, and did you know who Joe Rogan is lined up to interview next? The biggest interview that'll go on for decades and decades and decades.
Who's that?
I think he's going to interview Trump.
Trump?
Yeah.
Because he's been saying he will never have Trump on his show. Again, that usually means that he's going to do it. Exactly.
Yes. Joe Rogan had talked to this last guy. I just heard him say, and the guy was convincing him, you're the biggest podcast around, Joe, or one of the biggest, and you're doing a Trump interview.
Yes. Well, you know what? With that, you still have to listen to Russell Brand, because he's just spitting out fire. And then Tucker Carlson is still throwing bombshells left and right. And it's just
Tucker's
amazing.
got a place in this whole thing.
Yeah, he must have. He's a real bridge, because he's bringing everybody together and showing you what's really going on.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to tell you more about my bridge. I cut that off with you.
Yeah, no, we will definitely.
But I didn't
have a
finish
whole
everything
podcast
on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to end with, you heard Tom McDonald's video last Friday?
Yeah.
Flags?
Oh,
dude. I'm going to end our show with that song, but it's a lot of people, that's their new national anthem.
He is like going to be the biggest star out there.
With Adam Calhoun, they have a new video coming out this Friday anyway, but amazing stuff, and it's truth. That's all it is. It's not bad-mouthing anybody. It's just telling you the truth. And the American flag's what we stand for. And if you think the American flag is racist and white supremacy, you need to get out of this country now. Fast as you can. If that's what you think,
try to find
Stars and Stripes forever, baby. And there ain't going to be any doubt about that. No. God bless America, and God bless everybody that's moving in the right direction to have our freedoms not being taken away. And this religious persecution that's happening all over the world. I mean, it's just nuts. So, but I definitely appreciate you coming in and chatting with us and giving us good information, because you always do. And I know you'll have more information tomorrow night. So we'll have stuff to go with that.
You certainly are great to talk to, Rich. And I know sometimes that You got to cut what you got to cut.
Well,
And do your show.
Life is too short, and it goes on and on. But we've been doing quite a few broadcasts here or podcasts, and we're reaching few people, not millions by any
Podcasters are
means.
going to be the way of news in the future. Where are you going to go for your info?
Well, you got to
Podcasting.
all you have to do is listen and how they present it. Are they throwing in their personal opinions, or are they presenting facts?
Yeah.
Who, what, where, why, and when. Nothing else. The world has gone crazy. Really has. And we're listening to people give us their opinions, but they don't want to hear my opinion or your opinion.
They won't tell us who their source is.
Well, they don't have any source. They can't, when they go up to people, why do you hate Trump so much? Well, he's a racist. Well, give me ideas or reasons why you think that. And they can't, because he's not. It's the exact opposite. They're lemmings. They just repeat what they feel or think is the right thing without having the facts.
Yes.
Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun, awesome stuff. Just like Jason Aldean, small town values, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a dog whistler. It's already at the top. But, when people, they let all this other stuff, they let the violence happen, and they let all this craziness go on. Yet when you talk about don't do it in a small town, people freak out. That's not normal. And then you're touching the right nerve.
You're right. You hit a spot. When you know that they're ripping on someone, that they're telling the truth.
Exactly. Well, my friend, I really appreciate you stopping by, and I look forward to hearing more information from you, and I look forward to getting some more results on the stuff that we talk about, so we can, show, hey, we're not just a bunch of boobs just blasting
God bless you,
whatever
Rich.
we want. It's actually the truth, that elusive truth that is so hard to get on a daily basis. So with that, thank you, my friend, and
don't forget, go to Phil Godlewski Rumble 2.0.
yes, we'll get some good information with that. Love you all. God bless. Higher vibrations, good frequencies. Stay strong, and because it's easy to get depressed and just like this world is going to hell in a handbag real quick, And then the next thing they want to talk about is Putin and his nuclear war and this and that, and they're trying to keep us oppressed.
That's for fact.
That's all they're trying to do. And it's coming out more and more every day. So thank you for showing up, and we will see you soon, my friend.
Absolutely, Rich.
All right. You take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, wasn't that episode special? It's always good to have Larry with us. And now, like I said, and as promised, I'm going to play you American Flags by Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun. Now, if you're really a part of the left, this is probably where you want to say goodbye, because this is really going to blow your socks off. This is an awesome song. God bless America, red, white, and blue forever.
My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again, you a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip, just aim the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun, run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave, to the grave, United States. We love the country that they've been corrupting, go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American
Got
flags.
that AKA all Draco, leave you stankin', break your ankles. I'm not hearing what you saying, hit the pavement, now you seeing angels. It get dangerous, go against the Patriots, got all the bangers. Take a look inside my closet, you gon' see way more than hangers. Hammers like I do construction, ammo, I'ma shoot at something. Why you think we own these guns? Just go do some hunting, you must not pay close attention. Government, they want division, only treason if you lose. I guarantee we come out winning, let my flag fly high like eagles. I would die for all my people, you can't change me with procedures. I'm about freedom, you about evil, leave you hanging from the ceiling like chandeliers in cathedrals. Never have the safety on, and when we run out, we just reload.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. Every time we pull up, you see stars, you see stripes, you see flags on the cars and the trucks and the bikes. Every time we pull up, we go hard, we outside, we got flags on our arms that are tatted there for life.
Every time we pull up, we don't care if you mad. We cherish this land, the haters can't get buried in rags. They set fire to old glory, turning fabric to ash.
But every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags.
Well, all I can say is awesome. I hope you enjoyed that song as much as the rest of the country is. And for next time, I'm going to have some Jason Aldean. You thought you thought his song was controversial. I got another one that he does that really blow your mind. Anyway, thanks for listening. Take care. Keep looking for that elusive truth. Stay strong. Keep them positive vibrations up. We miss you. Love you all. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.